Minnie Fox. I'm so delighted that you decided to spend a little time with me today. I am extremely delighted myself to have one of my wonderful sister girls of over 30 years here in the studio today. Now, what do you do when you're trying to do something and you don't know what you're doing? Or perhaps you know what you're doing, but you're doing too much of what you're doing, and you need somebody to help you do something a little different from what you're doing. Yes, I said it like that. Go get your pen and your paper, and I'm going to introduce you to one of Hollywood's famous stars, one of Hollywood's writers, producers, singer, and her history is so long. I'm just going to introduce you to her and let her tell you a little bit about her, but I want you to write this down. LS for LARITA Shelby. Welcome, LARITA.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I'm like, who is she talking about? I'm like,
I am talking about a
when
diva
is
from
Viola
Hollywood.
Bassett getting here? I get it, Viola Bassett. Anyway.
Viola Bassett. You
Right.
caught that right.
Right.
Viola
A little
Bassett.
jokey.
Okay, I know y'all a little slow.
Okay.
Write it down. Viola Bassett. I got that
Exactly.
one.
You know what?
But you are none other than LARITA Shelby.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. You are a face that's known around Las Vegas, Hollywood, international, and it's not even about your name anymore. It's just your face has been a brand. The beautiful smile has always been warm and comfy, cozy. You have always been very approachable, and I've been watching you for about 30 years.
Yeah, it's
And
been a minute.
I know it's been a minute, right? We look good.
Yeah, we do.
Because
Yeah.
we just turned 25 last
And
week.
only our hairdresser knows for sure.
Well, I want to open the show with speaking about the fact that you as a young person going into the industry where you are now. Tell us a little bit about little LARITA.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be delighted to. I have been blessed to have received many accolades. I have traveled the world. I was an international radio broadcaster on the Armed Forces Television and Radio Services Network for 7 years. I was blessed to work in television and film quite frequently, several years ago. I haven't put that down, but I have been known as OG Bobby Johnson's girl from the movie South Central.
That's right. What's up?
Hoover Dukes. I starred in that, but all of that began somewhere, and because my mother had a dream that was so vivid in her heart, I know she passed that entertainment bug down to me. Okay. My mother, the late Florence Hawkins, I think she really wanted to be an entertainer, but she was a gospel musician. So I was born knowing who I was and knowing what I wanted to do. And I was blessed to have a family, mainly my Aunt Mary, who nurtured those dreams. And by faith, I was planted in one situation after another where there were people to nurture those dreams and protect those dreams. Yes, there were some bullies, there were some haters, but the good outweighed the bad. And by God's grace, my life is a walking, talking, living, breathing miracle.
As it is, and I am a witness to that. Now, as little LARITA was growing up, on the journey of the entertainment, theater, film, radio started to come up on you. I love to say that because I've known you and have watched your career grow, I think you've always kept little LARITA in you, as I kept little Minnie in me. She's our giggle, our fun box, our go-to to kick us in the butt and tell us to keep moving. Forget about the haters, keep moving. I want to talk about many years ago.
Okay. We're going back.
We're going back.
Okay.
You wrote a book called Dictation. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I did.
And I was actually at that book signing that you did. And I was there, and we talk about things that we've done in the past. And when we share something with someone and that person takes heart to it.
Okay.
And they keep that love and that inspiration based on what it was you did. So I want you to close your eyes right now, and I just want you to kind of think back when you wrote Dictation, and just say with your eyes closed what it meant to you to have your first book.
Ooh, with my eyes closed. I'll start with them closed, and then I can open them up, right?
Yes, what's time to
well,
say it?
The writing and the publishing of the book Dictation was a dream realized, but not in the way that I had visualized. Eyes open now.
I still have my copy all these years. I treasured that one of my sister girls actually got her heart and soul and what she wanted to express to the world in writing. And it's not easy to write one book. It's not easy to put what you're thinking in writing and have someone help you to publish it or what have you. And there's many of us out there that are sitting on a book. I'm sitting on 2 of mine and I haven't got it to this point yet.
Not for long. I'm going to help you get them out.
Not for long. But I wanted to bring this up first because this meant so much to me, your book, and just the reading and everything. And look, and she had autographed it to me back then. So I wanted to give her a blast from the past. And I wanted to say, you know, when we have our writer's pen and sometimes we get writer's block, you know, I think you have been blessed with the opportunity where your writer's pen never stopped.
Oh, wow.
And you continue to write and encourage others. And we're going to talk about your other books in just a moment. But at the same time, an author has a writer's pen. But many times they use a pencil and they erase it, they go back and they erase it, they go back. And because you know that I am the bling girl of the universe, I am giving LARITA my sparkly bling pencil.
Right here, y'all. Okay, you see this, you'll see this.
Yes, and I want you to use it until the eraser is about to pop off.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you. So I'd like to say something about that book. And you did, that was a big surprise because I didn't plan to really talk about that book today. But with that book, get it again because I want to hold it and share it with the members of the audience. I'm glad that you have me here. And yes, there are things that I'm excited about. And yes, I hope you all do order some books with an S.
With an S.
But once it comes out of me, whatever it is, then it's for you. It's for you. It's not just for me to bask in the glory of whatever I've done. It's to encourage you and stimulate you and invigorate you to unlock your gift. So this book, the most powerful statement that I can make about this book is that I abandoned perfection and I embraced completion.
Wonderful.
I abandoned perfection and I embraced completion. And what I mean by this is that I stand by the integrity of the words and the vision and the plays, poems, and monologues that are in here. But aesthetically, this book is horribly imperfect. I did not know what I was doing, but I had waited some 10 years for somebody else to help me. For somebody else that I thought was going to come and take hold of it and hold my hand and finance it. It didn't happen. So I got fixed on getting this book done by any means necessary. And one of the things that I had to do was to let go of the fear of being imperfect. What if I make a mistake? Guess what I did? What if it's not right? What if I publish it and I read it and there's things that what if somebody says bad things about it once I get it out? Well, I didn't really think it was all. I got over all of that. Yeah. And here I stand with a book because without this one, there wouldn't have been book number 2 or book number 3.
Exactly.
So just the fact of embracing that process, and I see that was the silver lining in the dark clouds in my life. This book has over 100 plays, poems, and monologues that some are culturally specific, meaning stuff that's just about us folks. Right. And then some have no cultural boundaries. It can be for anyone. One of my favorites in here, which I wrote many years ago, is called My Thigh Moved. And it was the first time I was you know, the dressing room, the 3-way mirror, when it's just you and the mirror and the truth. Yes.
And the dressing room
and the
at
truth.
Nordstrom's.
And then you turn around and
Dillard's and Macy's, those those mirrors.
So there's My Thigh Move. There's another monologue in here that says, this year I'm just going to be me. Yeah. And it really speaks to us who give so much of ourselves. And we're just there for everything and everybody. And there's one monologue in here that's like, yeah, but not today. This year is going to be for me.
Okay, so when we come back after this next break, we're going to find out what is going on with that writer's pen and how this particular book evolved into 2 more books in addition to the theatrical inspiration, motivation, and entrepreneurial spirit of LARITA Shelby. We'll be right back after this message.
Hi there, I am LARITA Shelby, author of Dictation, Plays, Poems, and Monologues, The Brand Beside the Brand, and my new book, On My Father's Side. I'm all about miracles and love and possibilities, and not only am I telling my story, my goal is to bring those stories out of you. A big shout out and a big thanks to my girl Minnie Fox for having me as her special guest today on the Minnie Fox Show. I can inspire you to be the brand beside the brand. 10 reasons to step from behind and stand beside the brand. And most importantly, how to be the CEO of YOU. Coming up on the Minnie Fox Show.
Well, welcome back. If you missed the first half of our show, I'm Minnie Fox. You knew that, didn't you? Well, I have LARITA Shelby visiting with me today in our Las Vegas studio, and we've been talking about the past and the future. So the future is LARITA's new book, and this is simply amazing for those of you that are trying to embrace the brand of who you are, whether it's your name, tennis shoes, a t-shirt. What is your brand? Do you know how to go about bringing your brand into the universe? Well, LARITA can tell you how to do that on the business side of LARITA Shelby. Let's talk about the brand.
Thank you very much. So the book is titled The Brand Beside the Brand. And I gotta tell you, Minnie, when I met you, some 30 years ago, and we were really young girls in Hollywood, acting, singing, dancing, modeling, working in radio. We weren't really slinging around the word brand. I mean, I don't ever remember it. I mean, a brand was like mayonnaise, Kraft mayonnaise, or like some shoes that you wore. I didn't think of myself as a brand. And as I saw other people and other entities, other successful people who had a team around them, and they were strategically manipulating the image that we saw from these people. Some of the people were athletes, they were singers, they were dancers, some were technicians. Whatever they did, they had a team that was really structuring how the audience or how the marketplace would consume who they were. So after 20 years of being a part of other people's success story, I found it profoundly necessary to tell my own business story. So how can I personalize this for somebody that's watching? For everybody that is watching us right now, you all have been a part of somebody else's success story.
Exactly.
Whether you've been in a marriage or in a romantic relationship, whether you've parented one or more children, or whether you were an auntie, or you could have been a community leader, you could have been a career employee, and you didn't seek any fame for yourself. You were just happy to work wherever you worked, do whatever you did. Well, after 2008, when we had the big housing bubble and the economy shifted drastically, we found a lot of people who transitioned out of the workplace, or we found more entrepreneurs whose contracts weren't coming in as quickly as they used to.
Right.
So the bottom line is, and the point is, that there was a lot more competition in the marketplace. For everybody that does something, there's 10 more people who do the same thing.
Right.
What is the difference? So I came up with the concept of being the brand beside the brand, because I do it like this. In the olden days, but we're not old. In recent years, the concept was what? I stand behind my products. I stand behind my business. But now, thanks to digital media, we can't afford to stand behind anything or anyone.
Right.
We have to stand beside it.
Right.
Beside it. So the career employee who may have worked in aerospace, who now wants a catering company, what in the world does aerospace have to do with catering? Well, I don't know. But if I'm at a bake sale and you got your cookies and cakes and they're great, and somebody else does, and you're like, well, yeah, I just love to cook, and somebody else does, well, yeah, I had the courage to step out of aerospace after 20 years. I was a part of a Fortune 500 company. Now I'm doing it on my own. Just by telling that little part of the story, bringing all of who you are to that story, it personalizes.
Okay, so let's talk about personalizing. So we want to talk about signage, business cards, your signage on your car. How does one advertise their brand so that their face, as they say, I want to be a household name. You would hear people say that.
Yes.
Nowadays, it's you need to know my face.
Yes.
So how would one go about branding themselves if their name isn't something that's big, but they could be recognizable by face?
That's a great question, because even though I'd worked in television and film and radio, I was not comfortable promoting myself all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first got a card from an actor like back in the 80s who had his picture on it, and I'm like, oh, how pretentious is that?
Right.
Some of us are comfortable being out there, hey, ooh, it's about me all the time. And some people really aren't. So my strategy is to help bridge the gap. One of the things I talk about in my book, and to answer your question, is to advertise the product and promote the story.
Okay.
Promote the story. What is the story? So I had to put myself on this beside the brand. For some, your face may be the face of the actual business.
Okay.
And if you're not comfortable with a face, maybe you don't want your face out there, then you can create a mascot or a logo.
Okay.
Okay,
So this is signage. This is a new way of advertising and self-promoting when you're doing a book signing or autograph signing, and it's beautiful to sit right on your table. Now, we know it comes apart. Can we show how it comes apart real quick?
If you will, if you like, it's just a miniature retractable banner. That's all that it is.
Bingo tango.
Yes.
Some people are unaware of these.
Okay.
And how it works and what it does and how it rolls up, and it's cool. And nothing's ever perfect. It comes completely apart. It goes right back inside and
this
sits
is
right on this
compact,
little piece, and that's
compact.
kind of cool. Yeah. Now, I do know that these come as tall as 7 foot. I've seen one, and they're pretty amazing. I absolutely love these because when the line is there and you're busy and focusing here, someone can actually be reading about you after you did that motivational speech.
Yes.
So let's talk about the motivational speaking side of you, because I know some of your books have embraced that part of you.
Yes.
And I want to get that in. Now, as a motivational speaker and being in tune with family ties, I know that you are a single mom. We went through that part of our lives together.
Yes, me too.
And you had a very special relationship with your father. You've recently written this beautiful book called On My Father's Side. And can you just tell us a little bit about this? Because I want to thumb through here. There was a picture I wanted to show while you're talking.
Okay. Well, that is my latest book. And, again, my life has been a walking, talking, living, breathing miracle all along. And my relationship with my father was rather unique. I remember my father very early in my life. And then one day he wasn't there. I went to live with another relative. I do not remember anything drastic or adverse happening in my household, other than the fact that my mother was a single mother, and she had very loving and domineering sisters who insisted on helping her with this child because she was a single mother. So I went off to live with my Aunt Mary in Washington, D.C., and my Uncle Bill, and all of my extended family nurtured me into a very fruitful childhood and into young adulthood. I had positive male role models, but I never knew what happened to my father. So then after the years of thriving, life happened. Marriage, divorce, career slump, bankruptcy, you name it. Falling on my knees, praying. Everything that I had hoped and dreamed that would happen, it seemed like it wasn't happening anymore. And I cried out to the Heavenly Father for a miracle. I needed my daddy. I'm like, Daddy, if you are still there, wherever you are, Daddy, I need you. And the Spirit led me on a shorter path to actually finding the man who I call Daddy. So I was able to reunite with him on Christmas Day in 2010. And so this is the book that tells about that story.
Well, there's a picture of you here as a little girl. And I want to make sure I got this in the camera appropriately. Let's see if I got it here. Cameraman, do I have this in the camera so you can see it? I hope I do. As a little girl, reaching out for Father's love, and now as an adult, reaching out for Father's love. Tell me about this one page right here.
Okay, this, oh my gosh, through the wonder of social media, this was one of the first pictures that I saw of my father once I contacted some other of my family members. And this is my father at his family home deep down in Mississippi. We were able to bridge that. Now, to find out exactly how, you got to get the book.
Okay.
But it truly was a faith walk, and the resounding message is to never give up on love. And for those who really have deep-seated mama issues, father issues, you know, if I can just encourage you to move past anger, if you have any, to move past unforgiveness, if you have any, and it'll help you on your journey.
Well, we're going to take another commercial break, and when we come back, we want to find out what is LARITA Shelby doing right now at this moment in Hollywood. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We are dictating. We're standing by our brand, and we're always going to be right next to our Father. My father means a lot to me too. Recently he'd been really sick, and now he's doing phenomenally wonderful, and God is always completely amazing when he shows up and shows out. Now, LARITA, I want to move to something real quick in light of our time.
Ooh.
This is my love box, I call it, and I always have my guests to go inside the love box before I do my signatures.
Closing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So here's what I'm going to do. I want you to go in there.
Okay.
You just reach in there and pull out something.
Oh, this could take a while, girl. You might be it.
She's just supposed to look in there and pull out something.
I know, but see, it's fabulous. Okay, wait. There you go. There it is there.
There it is there?
Yes.
She's surprised. Imagine this, she's going to take some bling.
Thank you. This is
okay, wonderful. Okay, so that is the love box. We're going to toast to LARITA Shelby and her wonderful journey that she has had, not only as a woman, but as a mother,
yes,
a motivational speaker, inspiration to everyone. Tell us a little bit about your son.
My son is doing very well by God's grace. It is a journey. It is a process. Justin, I love you. You are just the love of my life. And here's to every mother, every surrogate mother, play mother, big mama, auntie, anybody that sows positively into the lives of our children.
Lives of our children.
Yeah.
So Justin, I remember Cheers when you were a little boy, and you're still a little boy. You can always carry that in heart. But now you are a grown man and achieving and doing your own thing.
Yes, he
Making
is.
his own road, and that's what our kids have to do.
Thank you for being who you are. You're giving me all this love today, but I have to just, send it right back to you and say thank you and for being such a positive and bright light, because I do see there's a lot of programs that don't really promote what true sisterhood is about. The sisterhood that I know that is God ordained and maintained. So thank you.
You are welcome. And what happens here is we all have to work together. So you ladies out there, you already know from previous shows that my goal this year is to bring inspiration and motivation to the worlds. The worlds of those that Oprah, Ellen, and Phil don't get. I got you. So be sure at the end of our wonderful interview here today, and forgive me, I get choked up of just trying to hold it back, but this has been an amazing opportunity because we haven't seen each other in a while.
Yes.
But we've just been keeping up, over on the phone. How many people do you know that you've known for 30 years that you still today keep in touch with? You pick up the phone and check on those people.
Some people aren't even here anymore.
Some of them are not here anymore. And the relationships have gotten to the point now that we know that time doesn't what?
Wait for anyone.
Time doesn't wait for anyone. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
LARITA Shelby, it has been a pleasure to have you on our show. You
Thank
are always welcome back in the studio. I know I'm going to have you back for a cookie show. We're going to chit chat about some other things then.
I'll wear my new bling.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon you'll hear about LARITA Shelby here in Las Vegas. We're going to be doing a book signing for you to come out and meet the brand, because the brand is LARITA Shelby. As I said when we first got started,
Yes.
that was LS. Right?
That's right.
Michael's
That's
got these little blingy things. You guys
Okay.
know I'm big on Michael's. Get the bling and sparkle, and then you just
Okay.
put LS everywhere. And you have always had this beautiful, here it is right here, beautiful way of writing your name. And your name says a lot for yourself. It is your signature. And when one walks away with an autograph, like I did so many years ago, the signature of the brand remains. So who are you? Who do you want to be? And what are you doing about what it is that you want to be and do? In the process of that, do what? Couple, connect, and share. So many other people in the world do that, and many of us don't. So my goal this year, again, is to bring my women of empowerment together to share with you, to be all that you can be inside out. LARITA, any final thoughts?
Well, I am also a consultant, so if there's someone who is in need of my services, I am available to you. You can look for me on Facebook, LARITA Shelby, send me a message, or, be my friend, or go to LARITASHELBY.com, or hit up Minnie Fox, and she'll get in touch with me. And if you've got something in you, and you want to find out how to make it by any means necessary, that has been the beauty of my journey. If everything had been handed down to me, I would know how to tell somebody to do it, how to do it on a wing and a prayer.
Right.
So if you have a big lofty budget, that's nice. Or if you just have a wing and a prayer, and it's a song, it's a book, it's a project, it's something you still want to do, I can help you do it.
Okay. Well, that's been our show for today. I want you to remember 4 initials. Write them down. MFTS. That's all you need to remember. MinnieFoxTalkShow.com. MinnieFoxTalkShow@gmail.com. Bringing entertainment, business, beauty, fashion, and amazing people to you. Have a wonderful day.